Vanakkam, Namaskara, good afternoon and a big welcome to India Today SoSouth, where we get you all the news from the southern part of India, your single window gateway destination to the news from the southern part of India. Joining me right now are my team of reporters spanning across all the 5 states of South India, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. And joining me right now are Shibi Mol, Apurva Jayachandran and Anaga Keshav. Let me speak to all of them. To you, Anaga, first, what's happening in Chennai? What's the top headline for the day?
In fact, today is a very important day for Tamil Nadu. Why? Because today marks the last day of assembly session for this government's tenure. So for the DMK regime, today is going to be the last day that they will be holding an assembly session for this tenure. In fact, Chief Minister Stalin visited the memorial to pay respects to his late father, Karunanidhi. So today is a big day indeed for Tamil Nadu. But apart from that, we also have the Madras High Court that has directed the DVAC, which is the anti-corruption watchdog, to register an FIR against sitting DMK Minister Nehru. So we have very crucial updates coming in from all that front.
Apurva Jayachandran, what's the top story for the day?
Well, in fact, we have 2 important stories here with the election season already in Tamil Nadu in full swing. In fact, we have an exclusive that has just come in with, CTR Nirmal Kumar there, the DVK leader, who has talked about various important alliances. Just 2 days back, a couple of days back, we saw the DMDK joining with the DMK in the India Congress alliance as well. And we have reactions on the same. There were opposition parties who were originally planning to have DMDK on their side, who had commented on DMDK's move to be wrong. Meanwhile, DMK calling it as a power pack to win for the DMK and Congress alliance as well. Not only that, we also have the India Congress, India Congress bloc with the DMK alliance talks that are also currently underway. And we also get to learn more about what is possibly going to be the future of the DMK India bloc in this upcoming segment. Nagarj.
From one election-bound state to another one, Kerala, Shibi Mol, what's the top headline from Trivandrum?
Well, Nagarjun, the Kerala story is making headlines again in the state. We saw in 2023 there was the first part of the film that sparked a major controversy. It's the second part of the film that's now making headlines with the Chief Minister of the state hitting out harshly against the film, a petition being filed at the High Court seeking the cancellation of the certification issued to the film. So that's the big story that's making headlines in the state.
And we also have Abdul Bashir from Telangana. Abdul, what are you getting us today? What's the top story from state of Telangana?
Well, tensions have prevailed in Amberpet area near the historic Amberpet Masjid, where both 2 communities have clashed with each other following one where prayers, the other was the yatra. So all details in this particular bulletin, Naga.
It's going to be a power-packed bulletin from 2 election-bound states. We have a minister, an FIR file being filed against him, 2 Kerala story 2.0, and then communal tensions in Telangana. All this and lot more in the next 30 minutes. And we'll start the bulletin with stories coming in from state of Kerala, and Shibi Mol will take it from here.
Thank you, Nagarjun. Well, the controversy surrounding Kerala Story 2 has now reached the courts as a petition has now been filed at the Kerala High Court seeking the cancellation of the certificate issued to the film, the Kerala Story 2, that goes beyond. The petitioner in the plea has alleged that the film shows Kerala in a negative light and alienates the Keralites from the rest of the country. The petitioner says that the film's trailer has shocked his conscience. He also goes on to say that while a filmmaker is entitled to his freedom of expression, negative facts and showing a state in a negative light is against the principles of the Constitution. So that's the petition that's been filed in the Kerala High Court. The High Court has accepted the petition and has issued notices to the Censor Board, the makers of the film and the Information Broadcasting Ministry. The matter will now be taken up on February 24th for further hearing. Meanwhile, the Kerala Chief Minister had hit out harshly against the film, calling it a propaganda, trying to spread negative and hatred against the state of Kerala, which is again against the constitutional principle. Meanwhile, the Kerala tourism page has posted taking a dig at the film, saying that there's no beef with anyone and that's God's own country. The post says that with the caption, the post shared by Kerala Tourism with the caption says that love, harmony and hearts that are big enough for everyone. Welcome to God's own country. So that's the post made by the Kerala Tourism also, against the film. We have seen multiple reactions coming in from various corners against the film, especially from Kerala. All the political parties, especially the CPM and the Congress, hitting out harshly against the film. Meanwhile, the Congress MP from Thiruvananthapuram, Shashi Tharoor, was also hit out at the film, saying that this is spreading of hatred and this film is a propaganda. Listen to the reactions.
मेरे ख्याल में इस किस्म की चीज़ें नहीं होना चाहिए. सब लोग को एक साथ ले आने वाले. हमारे बचपन में क्या हम एंटरटेनमेंट टैक्स को क्या देते थे? एंटरटेनमेंट टैक्स वेवर. अमर अकबर एंटनी, 3 बच्चे एक परिवार से जो 3 अलग अलग धर्म में उसको पालते हैं और अंत में एक साथ करके वो विलन को हराते हैं. इस किस्म की चीज़ जो हिंदू मुसलमान ईसाई सब एक साथ रहें, यही भारत की उद्देश्य होना चाहिए मेरे ख्याल में. इस किस्म के फिल्म को हम तारीफ देने के बावजूद हम ये के अलावा हम ये कर रहे हैं. इस किस्म के नफरत फैलाने वाले किसका गुण है इसमें?
The Chief Minister of Kerala has already expressed our state's concern, and we think this is a sinister attempt to tarnish the image of Kerala, especially in the offing of general elections. Kerala Story Part 1 was just to define the society of Kerala, but it did not pay much rewards to them. This is an attempt to tarnish the image of our state, and we have to deplore the same. No, it's not a movie. It is kind of Sangh Parivar's anti-Kerala propaganda.
A misconception has been made by the cinema Kerala Story number 2. Kerala is suffering. Kerala people are suffering. So the people all over the world will remember, will see Kerala as a place, God's own country, in which the people are living in peace together with the utmost communal harmony.
Our Honorable State President already said regarding the Kerala Story, and after completion of the film, we can say more. The culture promoted by LDF and UDF, that is reflecting some movies.
Well, if not anyone, the film has anchored majority of the Keralites, with the Kerala social media space being taken over by memes and trolls and harsh criticism against the trailer of the second part of the Kerala Story. Well, that's all we have from the Kerala segment. Over to my colleague Pramod in Tamil Nadu with all the stories that's making headlines in the election-bound state.
Thank you, Shibi Mall. From one election-bound state to the other one, this is about the Tamil Nadu stories. And for the day, we have quite a lot. And to begin with the top players, that is Congress and DMK. Now, it seems like DMK has decided to welcome more players into the alliance. And the recent one is DMDK, the party that was started by Vijay. And interestingly, that has sent quite a lot of ripples on the thing. First and foremost, it looks like DMDK joining Congress has in a way softened, the DMDK joining the DMK alliance has in a way softened Congress, because now Manikam Tagore has welcomed the move. He also says like any party show, like welcoming, joining the alliance is a welcome move. However, a question was raised whether will this cause any kind of way for Congress to exit the alliance, for which he said, this is the important part, Congress and DMK alliance is a long-term relationship. A committee has been formed. They are waiting for DMK committee, and the talks will continue. Like we are waiting for the talks to begin. This is on one side, but before this itself, Vijay Prabhakaran, who's the son of Vijay, who's the son of Vijay Kant, going ahead and cautioning Vijay about Congress. And now we also have Vaiko, the leader of MDMK, in a way kind of mocking Congress, claiming that with the Congress having the voice of dissent or infighting is not new. Manikam Tagore is using harsh words, and he also says that khadi shirts being torn inside Congress is not something new, which has offended Manikam Tagore. Here are the reactions.
Vijay Annanukke avaroda thambiya உங்க அண்ணனோட மகனா ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு அட்வைஸ். ஏன்னா அரசியல நான் மூத்தவர், நீங்களே என்கிட்ட சொன்னீங்க. அண்ணாவோட சின்ன அட்வைஸ், இன்னைக்கு காங்கிரஸ் என்ற கட்சி அவங்க கூட்டணியில் அவங்க பேரத்தை பேசுறதுக்காக உங்க படத்தை சப்போர்ட் பண்றாதீங்க, நம்பிராதீங்க. அத தூண்டில போடுற மாதிரி மீன் மாட்டிக்காதீங்க. நீங்க நல்லா வரணும், ஒரு சின்ன அட்வைஸ் அதுதான். ஏன்னா அவங்க என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னு விருதுநகர்ல எனக்கு தெரியும். அவங்கள நம்பிராதீங்க. உங்க படம் சினிமா துறையோட சேருங்க. அவங்க சப்போர்ட் பண்றாங்க ஆஹாவும் நம்பி உங்க கூட கூட்டணிக்கு வர மாதிரி வந்து அங்க பேரத்தை உசுப்பி அங்கதான் இருப்பாங்க, எங்கேயோ அவங்க போக மாட்டாங்க.
மகிழ்ச்சியான செய்தி. அவர்களை பொறுத்தமட்ட எந்த ஒரு கட்சி வந்து சேர்ந்தாலும் சரி கூட்டணியில் அது மகிழ்ச்சியான செய்தியாக தான் இருக்கும். தமிழ்நாடு காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டி தலைவரும் அதை வரவேற்றிருக்கிறார். தமிழ்நாடு காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டியுடைய சார்பாக நானும் அதை வரவேற்கிறேன்.
தேமுதிக உள்ள வந்தனால காங்கிரஸ் வெளியே போயிடும் ஒரு கருத்து அப்படி வரும்.
இது பொய்யான கருத்துன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். எங்களை பொறுத்த மட்டும் எங்கள் பொதுச் செயலாளர் திரு வேணுகோபால் அவர்கள் சொன்னது போல், திரு கிரி சோடங்கர் அவர்கள் சொன்னதை போல், எங்களுடைய உறவு என்பது நீண்டகால உறவு. அந்த உறவில் இப்போ பேசுவதற்காக குழு அமைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. அந்த குழு அவர்கள் அமைத்ததற்கு பின்னாலே காங்கிரஸுடைய குழு அவரோடு கூட்டணி பேசும். அந்த பேச்சுவார்த்தைக்கு காத்திருக்கும்.
அவர் கடுமையாக பேசுகிறாரு. சில வார்த்தைகள்லாம் கூட்டணி தர்மத்தில் ஒரு நெருடல் ஏற்படுத்துவோங்கிற அளவுக்கு நாங்கள் திருப்பி அடிப்போம் அப்படின்னு காங்கிரஸ் கட்சியில் எதிர்குரல் கலகக்குரல் ஏற்படுறது அந்த காங்கிரஸ் கட்சி தொடங்கின நாளிலிருந்து இருக்கு. சூரத் மாநாட்டிலிருந்து இன்னைக்கு வரைக்கும் அவங்களுக்குள்ள பிரச்சனை வரும். கதர்ச்சட்டைகள்லாம் பல பேரும் கிழிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறார். உட்கட்சி விவகாரம் இது ஒன்றும் புதுசு இல்லை. திமுக அதை பொருட்படுத்தலை. இந்த அவங்க சொல்றது எல்லாம்
people are asking for power sharing at center. What is so much preventing you people from not asking for power?
That coalition government is not suitable for the soil of Tamil Nadu. We don't want to invite inside troubles and confusion. Therefore, DMK on its own, with absolute majority on its own, will form the government. I wish they should form the government. They should not give room for a coalition government. That thinking itself should be totally ruled out.
My colleague Anaga Keshav is joining live with us. One important thing over here, Anaga, we have Vijaykanth, and now Vijay Prabhakaran. On the other side, we have DMK, DMDK, and now MDMK. There is no end for acronyms when it comes to Tamil Nadu elections. And now it seems like Vaiko has also once again, after Tirumavalavan has come forward and said that there is no need for power sharing when it comes to 2026 elections. What is going to be the stance of Congress right now?
In fact, Pramod, the relationship between Congress and DMK has soured off late. In fact, the Congress is of the belief that for so many years our cadres have not tasted power. We've only been working for the benefit of the alliance. But why is it that, that we've not borne the fruits of power sharing, of the alliance success that we've also contributed to for a very long time? So that's the main ask that the Congress cadres and the Congress leaders have. Surely the fact that CM came out openly saying that the whole concept of power sharing will not bode well for Tamil Nadu turned out to be a big disappointment for Congress. But nevertheless, the seat sharing talks are going to happen on February 22nd, which is days away from that. We believe that a strong pitch will be made for power sharing. Of course, it is openly going to be a no, but the Congress cadres are of this belief that for so long we've been working for the benefit of this alliance, but we've not borne the fruits of it. We've never tasted power in Tamil Nadu, and it's high time that we are also given our due share, is what the Congress cadres are saying.
Thank you, Anaga. I request you to stay back. And the next big, we have a breaking on this election cases as well. And this is an exclusive conversation with Nirmal Kumar, the leader from Tamil Nadu Kazhagam. Tamil Nadu Kazhagam believes that they are going to have a massive sweep. They are going to win, and they claim that 90% of they have some certain statistics claiming that mass majority is going to vote for Vijay. They want to bring a change. They also state that, like in the state of Tamil Nadu, Vijay is going to bring a massive change. And here's a conversation exclusively we had with Nirmal Kumar. DMDK, another important party from the state of Tamil Nadu, has decided to join DMK alliance. And Premalata has also made certain comments about Vijay. How does TVK want to respond to this?
See, we have been you would have seen why Captain Vijayan has formed this party. He formed this party to eradicate DMK and this family out of Tamil Nadu, and he has been opposing whole of his life very badly, and against DMK. He worked hardly to eradicate this DMK out of power, and DMK also they have attacked him more personally on Captain Vijayan, and he was pressurized to an extreme that till his last breath he had a lot of personal pressures due to DMK, and I don't think Vijayan would have realized such scenario would come to his party, and now this party has become as a family-owned private limited company, and they have started working on the profit margin, and definitely none of the captain's supporters or his fans, not even one person will support this alliance.
Opposition, especially the Deputy Chief Minister, still says that your party does not have an ideology. Your party was also considering election as an entertainment. Is that so?
See, I see one thing regarding the Deputy CM. I don't think he understands what is the issue of the people here, and he never understood what is his own department is doing, because he has been heading up one special projects ministry and one more sports ministry, and he has, see, you would have seen the last budget, his department was given nearly 700-800 crores of budget, and with that I don't know what he is going to do for 1 year. So he does not understand any politics, and he has been simply running his a lavish life and spending his lavish life in government property like Kurunji Illam.
What does TVK think of Congress?
See, Congress is a party who was a very old party who has been connecting the whole nation, and they have been they have a very good trust with the people also. Definitely, Congress lost their support and credibility only due to DMK. When DMK were their partner, due to DMK's corruption, Congress lost their confidence with the people. Definitely, that's what, even being in that scenario also, Congress did not let DMK down. They have been supporting. Due to Congress only, DMK won they were able to form the government in 2006 and 2021 also. Without Congress, definitely they would not have been formed the government. Definitely, it is a party who has been connecting the whole of India, and definitely that need to be grown in all other states, because we believe they need to grow in all of them.
We have a very important breaking from the state of Tamil Nadu now. And like I said, this is very important because this is a breaking where we are talking about O. Panneerselvam, the Trusted General of former Chief Minister Jayalalitha and the matriarch of AIADMK, now becoming bonhomie with the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. We also know how he earlier went ahead to the Chief Minister's home earlier today. During the last tenure of the last session of Chief Minister M.K. Stalin tenure, he had gone ahead and met the Chief Minister in his cabin. Incidentally, our sources also state that this is not the first meeting he's having with DMK leaders. Earlier, he has also gone ahead and met the Speaker in his chamber. But this is considered to be a very important move. Well, on one side, we see developments where the people with OPS, be it Manoj K. Pandian and other leaders, have already joined DMK, including Vaithilingam. And now we see OPS also, O. Panneerselvam, meeting with the Chief Minister, something that never could have been imagined until 2017. I'm joined by Anaga Keshav once again. Anaga, what is the reason behind this particular meeting? Did anything happen?
In fact, Pramod, we believe that just before Stalin entered the assembly hall, OPS made a request that he wanted to meet with the Chief Minister, and then Chief Minister informed him that he would like to meet him inside a room, and then they went inside a hall, a separate cabin, where the two tall leaders had a conversation. It was a courtesy meeting is what we are hearing. A bouquet was also exchanged. In fact, OPS had also made a request that he would like to speak in the assembly hall, and as the request was made, in fact, it was OPS's loyalist, Mr. Ayyappan, who is an MLA MLA from Usilampatti constituency, he on the floor of the House made a big statement. He said that with the blessings of Amma, that is Jayalalitha, with the blessings of O. Panneerselvam, with the blessings of Dr. MGR, this government, Chief Minister Stalin will come back to power once again. So that's the kind of very big statement that a loyalist of OPS, who is also an MLA from the AIADMK, has made this very strong statement on the floor of the House. Remember, OPS was expelled from the AIADMK party, post which there were many attempts made by different parties to sort of pull OPS to their side, but nothing really worked out. Even in the past, we've seen how OPS met with the Chief Minister during his morning walks. So of late, O. Panneerselvam has been, has been pally, and they've had the sort of camaraderie with the DMK. But will he really be joining a DMK? That's the big question mark. But now we can see open support by a loyalist of OPS, Mr. Ayyappan, who made that open statement on the floor of the House, saying and rooting for DMK to come back to power once again. That too coming in from an LMK, from an MLA who was elected to power by an ADMK symbol.
This is like really shocking because like knowing the ground politics, we know what a simple twin leaves and rising sun mean to the cadres over here. And one person who has won from the twin leaf symbol now going ahead and his followers and his lieutenants first joining DMK, and now OPS itself is becoming close to the Chief Minister. The reason behind the meeting, perhaps he will explain later, but this itself is a very big news. But we also have one more breaking from the state of Tamil Nadu. And this is the lieutenant for Tamil Nadu leader Vijay, who has apparently initiated his campaign at Gobisettipalayam. Sengotian, who was also one of the trusted generals for Jayalalitha earlier, now says that people are voting for Vijay, people are supporting Vijay. People want a massive change, and that would be brought only by Vijay. Sengotian claims that wherever he goes, he apparently sees at least 90% of the people over there trusting Vijay, and he claims that between the age of 18 and 45 is the age that actually people want Vijay to be the next leader of Tamil Nadu. And here's what Sengotian said.
குறிப்பாக தமிழகத்தில் ஒரு மாற்றத்தை மக்கள் விரும்புகிறார்கள். அதுவும் புதிதாக தமிழக வெற்றி கழகத்துடைய தலைவர் நாளை தமிழகத்தை ஆள வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் மக்களுடைய கனவாக இருக்கிறது. அந்த கனவை நிறைவேற்றுகின்ற வகையில் தமிழகம் முழுவதும் மக்கள் அனைவரும் ஒரே கருத்தோடு தங்களுடைய பணிகளை ஆற்றுவதற்காக அரும்பணி ஆற்றி வருகிறார்கள். குறிப்பாக சென்ற இடங்கள்லாம் எல்லோரும் சொல்வது ஒரே கருத்து தான். 18 வயதிலிருந்து 45 வயதிலும் இருக்கின்ற 100% டிவிகேவுடைய தலைவர் வெற்றி தளபதி நாளை தமிழகத்தை ஆள வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் எல்லோருடைய நோக்கமாக இருக்கிறது.
And from one general of Tamil Nadu to the other, and this time it is Arun Raj, and they are talking about pressure. Well, Tamil Nadu wants to initiate the party. Vijay very clearly stated that they have only two enemies. One is a political enemy, that is DMK, and the other one, the ideological enemy, that is BJP. Like a lot of questions were going as considering Vijay in his own campaigns, he did not say anything or criticize against BJP. And if questions were also raised whether they are facing any kind of pressure due to this. Now Arun Raj is trying to clear the air. He says that in the state of Tamil Nadu, the prominent enemy is actually DMK, and that's the reason Vijay is criticizing DMK, and that also Vijay has also earlier criticized BJP. When question was put forward whether any kind of pressure they are experiencing from BJP, Arun Raj has agreed, but he very clearly says that this kind of pressure will not have any kind of impact on Vijay. Big statement, and here's what Arun Raj said.
அறிவிச்சிருக்காரு. எப்படி பண்றீங்க இந்த மாதிரி சொல்ல முடியும்? இந்த குற்றச்சாட்டை நான் ஏற்கவே முடியாது. அது மட்டும் இல்ல, தலைவர்கள் சொன்ன மாதிரி எவ்வளவோ முறையில் எவ்வளவோ வகையில் ஒன்றியத்தில் இருக்க மாற்றத்தை அழுத்தம் கொடுக்க முயற்சி பண்ணாங்க. ஆனா தலைவரோட ஸ்டாண்ட் என்னன்னு உங்களுக்கே தெரியும். மகாபலிபுரத்தில் என்ன சொன்னாருன்னு சொல்ல தெரியும். மதவாத சக்தியோட கூட்டணி இல்லைன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காரு. இதை விட ஒரு தெளிவான ஸ்டாண்ட் யாரும் சொல்ல முடியும்? இது எப்படி பாஜகவை எதிர்த்து எதுவும் சொல்லவில்லை என்று சொல்வதை முற்றிலும் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளவே முடியாது. அதான் சொன்னேன். இப்ப சிபிஐ அப்பெல்லாம் அழுத்தமே இதை கொடுக்க ஆரம்பிக்கல. இப்பதான் அழுத்தம் கொடுக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்காங்க. சிபிஐ என்கொயரி சரி, படம் பிரச்சனை என்ன நடந்தது உங்களுக்கே தெரியும். இவ்வளவு அழுத்தங்களுக்கு பிறகும் என்ன கூட்டணி குறித்து மதவாத கட்சியோடு கூட்டணி இல்லை என்று தெளிவாக சொல்லியிருக்கிறார். இதற்கு மேல் என்ன சொல்லுங்க? தேர்தலுக்கு முன்னாடி செய்தியாளர் சந்திப்பை எதிர்பார்க்கலாமா சார் சாரோட?
Well, I'm joined by my colleague Apurva here on this. Apurva, very interestingly, Arun Raj is trying to say that like even until CBI inquiry, it was not, you cannot consider what is as pressure, but right now pressure is more. What kind of pressure is he talking about, and what kind of impact you think it might have on Tamil Nadu?
Well, in fact, Pramod, if you do see, these kind of talks by the TVK is coming at a time when, remember, just a couple of, weeks back, we saw TVK's chief there, Vijay, who had been summoned to the CBI in relation to the Karur stampede that had taken place. 41 lives were unfortunately lost. Not only that, we also have the next, segment that is coming in where TVK is very categorically saying that they have no alliances with anybody else. This also comes at a time when, Arun Raj, the TVK senior leader, is going ahead and saying when it was a CBI summoning, we saw some kind of a pressure by the BJP. These kind of pressures is not something that TVK will go ahead for, will bow down to. We will stand strong is what Arun Raj has gone ahead and said. Just on the likes of Arun Raj saying that the TVK will not have any alliance, given that the DMK is a political enemy and the BJP is an ideological enemy. We also see there, Sengotian, the TVK leader, also going ahead and strongly talking about how the people of Tamil Nadu want a change of governance, and that change is the change that TVK's chief Vijay will bring. So both TVK leaders strong in their comments saying that yes, this next change for brand new Tamil Nadu is going to be by TVK, and that leader who is going to lead Tamil Nadu next is going to be Vijay, and no matter any coercion or any kind of pressure, neither TVK nor Vijay will bend to these kind of pressures or tactics, is what the TVK leaders are putting out a very blanket statement. Pramod.
Both statements as well there, Apurva. Thank you so much for those updates. And the next story, again, from the Tamil Nadu Assembly. The interesting part is that DMK has ruled the state for 5 years now, since 2021, and this is the last session of the tenure. Here, the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin made a move. He had thanked the Governor R.N. Ravi. Not just thanking him, the important aspect here is that for the past 4 to 5 years, the Tamil Nadu government and the Governor's office have been locking horns over various issues, starting with providing assent to the bills from the state. But right now, the last session, the Chief Minister thanks the Governor. But the Chief Minister also says that whenever there is an issue between the state and the Governor's office, especially about protecting the rights of the state, the Chief Minister will raise his voice. But he also thanked the Governor for taking forward the culture of Tamil Nadu. Here's what the Chief Minister said.
மாண்புமிகு ஆளுநருக்கும் எனக்கும் தனிப்பட்ட முறையில் எந்தவித கருத்து வேறுபாடு கிடையாது. தங்களுடைய சுயமரியாதை எல்முனையளவு சீண்டப்பட்டாலும் அது யாராக இருந்தாலும் எதிர்குரல் கொடுக்கும் திசையில் முதல் நபராக நான் இருப்பேன். தமிழர் பண்பாட்டை மனதில் கொண்டு மாண்புமிகு ஆளுநர் அவர்களுக்கு இந்த நேரத்தில் என்னுடைய நன்றியை நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
I don't have any kind of personal difference of opinion with the Governor. I thank the Governor, and the Chief Minister also says that if there is any way through which a self-respect is touched by any time, he would definitely raise his voice. This is what the Chief Minister said in the Assembly. We are joined by Anaga Keshav. Anaga, here the Chief Minister, the last day of his session of this tenure, he decides to go ahead and thank the Governor. How is it reflecting on the ground?
In fact, the Chief Minister, right after the Assembly session, also went to Kalaignar Memorial to pay respects to his late father, Kalaignar Karunanidhi. In fact, today is the last day of DMK's tenure in this Assembly session, and therefore, Chief Minister Stalin made that speech thanking all the MLAs and ministers on the House, both the opposition MLAs and MLAs from his own party. In fact, while thanking every single person in the Assembly, he also made a mention about Governor R.N. Ravi, who he has locked horns with many times in the last 5 years. In fact, the Chief Minister Stalin there making it very, very clear that I do not have any personal issues with Governor R.N. Ravi. It's strictly political, it's strictly work, nothing personal between us. However, if the rights of Tamil Nadu is being compromised, then I will continue to express my dissent against it to protect the rights of the people of Tamil Nadu. So that's the kind of very sharp statement over there that the Chief Minister is making on his last day in the Assembly session as a Chief Minister. Of course, this budget session would be the last Assembly assembly session of the DMK's tenure as the ruling government, post which the model code of conduct will come and subsequently the election date will be announced. But that's Chief Minister over there drawing that line with Governor R.N. Ravi, whose relationship has been very fictitious in the past, saying that all our fights are only political, it's just work and nothing personal.
Well, it's interesting to see that the people are being the better person over here. Thank you so much, Anaga. I request you to stay back. And importantly, there's another development in the state of Tamil Nadu, and that is about the Madras High Court's direction right now. Big one, where the Madras High Court has now directed the Department of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption to register an FIR. This is about the Enforcement Directorate's case, where the Enforcement Directorate back in October of 2025 went ahead and conducted raid on a different case, but they claimed they had unearthed something called as cash for jobs that to the tune of 888 crores involving the municipality's administration that is under Minister K.N. Nehru. What happened after that is that, like Inbadurai, the MP from AIADMK, went to the court claiming that even after so many months, no case was registered by the DVAC and he sought relief. This case, after continuous arguments, now the court has directed the DVAC to go ahead and register the FIR. The important aspect here once again is that Inbadurai says that on one side, DVAC stated that a preliminary inquiry is being conducted, but here Inbadurai also argued, claiming that in such a case, a preliminary inquiry period could go up to 188 days, which could lead to tampering of evidence or the accused escaping, and that is why he sought immediate registration of FIR, by which the court has given this direction. My colleague Anaga had this conversation with Inbadurai, where he's giving more information.
So will an FIR be registered against Minister K. Nehru?
Yes, sir. Yes, definitely. The ED has given has forwarded the documents to Tamil Nadu DGP to asking the DGP to register the case. This is the law. One PMLA Act 66(2) clearly says whether the lawful authority giving any evidence to another agency to inquire this, the another agency is duty bound to register the case. But Tamil Nadu Vigilance Anti-Corruption has not do that. So I am a whistleblower. So I have given a complaint to Director General of Police to register the case. But he has they keep mum. So I moved to the Madras High Court, filed a case to seeking FIR registration.
Now, since the Madras High Court has given a direction to the state's anti-corruption watchdog,
yes.
do you believe that it will be filed, and FIR will be immediately filed against Minister K. Nehru? And if so,
yes,
what is the time limit, sir?
No time limit. Immediately, forthwith. They have mentioned the word forthwith. Immediately register the case. That is the main. It's a court order. It's a Madras High Court first bench order.
Well, keeping our promise, India Today's election basha goes to Virudhunagar, another district in the state of Tamil Nadu. And the important aspect here is that we had gone to one location called as Sivakasi, which also has an acronym as a sulfur soil. Imagine every place in India, people would wish for rain, but this is the only place where people will not wish for rain, because this is a place where India gets almost 70% of its crackers, and this is the area that is being manufactured. And also, not just crackers, supplementary works like printing press and things, the diaries and such. Sivakasi plays a very important role. However, when we spoke to the people, they brought in two issues. One is the ban on barium nitrate and how it is affecting their entire life over there, as there has not been any kind of proper chemical that could actually replace barium nitrate. And the second big issue is with liquor. Especially this particular industry is dependent on women, and they blame that their life is completely being destroyed by liquor that is sold. They call the name Tasmac, and these are the two issues they want to address from Sivakasi. Here's a detailed report. Unlike every other district we've been showing you so far, where we showed you a lot of water, a lot of greeneries and a lot of land that is filled with waterfalls and such, we are at one particular district called as Virudhunagar in a specific area called as Sivakasi, which is completely arid, and the people here prefer this land to be that way because this particular area in that district, Sivakasi, it has a salient feature as this place is completely arid, a kind of situation that is required for the manufacturing of firecrackers. In fact, Sivakasi has been dominating the firecracker industry, and like adjacent to it is the printing factories, which is providing close to 30% of the printing necessary for India, especially diaries and such. However, in this particular area, there are certain issues that are faced by the manufacturers and certain issues that are faced by the laborers. So we have reached Sivakasi, the place called as the Gandhaka Bhumi or the sulfur rock soil, and this is not because this is of sulfur, but because of the heat, the arid heat over here, which is absolutely necessary for the manufacturing of the firecrackers. 70% of India's needs are being fulfilled by Sivakasi firecrackers alone. Imagine the industry's capability then. Close to $20 billion it is being generated from this particular district. And so there are certain amount of issues. The first and foremost is about the ban of barium nitrate. And there are various other issues involved in there, especially about maintenance and such, periodic checks.
இந்த ரெண்டும் சேர்ந்து தான் வந்து சிவகாசியை வந்து ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியல் ஹப்பாக மாற்றி ஃபயர்ஒர்க்ஸ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ஹப்பாக மாற்றிருக்கு. அதுக்கு ப்ளஸ் வந்து இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் லேக் அதுவும் ஒரு காரணம். மழை வந்து ரொம்ப கம்மியாக தான் இருக்கும், அதனால் வேறு தொழில் வந்து இல்லை. எங்களுக்கு இப்போ ஃபயர்ஒர்க்ஸில் நிறைய ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்துக்கிட்டே இருக்குது. ஸோ ஃபஸ்ட்டு எங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த 2021 இருந்தேமோ இந்த க்ரீன் கிராக்கர்ஸ் ஒரு பெரிய இஷ்யூ. அண்ட் தென் ஜாயினிங் கிராக்கர்ஸ், அந்த சரம்னு சொல்லக்கூடியது, இது ரெண்டுமே வந்து சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்டோட 2008 and 2021 தீர்ப்பு படி வந்து எங்களுக்கு பேண்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு.
On one side, the ban on barium nitrate and various other issues are causing a lot of trouble to the industry, that is firecrackers in Sivakasi. However, the people who work here, especially women, they make a large amount of workforce and they have another kind of difficulty, and that is something called Taskmark, that is a government-run liquor shop, and they claim that it is causing issue in each and every family behind this one such outlet. And the problem here seems to be that from women whom we have spoken to is that men who go for work, they come back, they get drunk, and they actually are responsible for a lot of issues that is happening in the families, starting with physical abuse, lacing up unnecessary issues. And this is what the women claim that they are facing every day.
குடிக்கிறது வந்து வீட்டில் எங்கள் வீட்டுக்கார் குடிக்க மாட்டார் சார், அதுக்காக எல்லா வீட்டிலையும் குடிக்க மாட்டாங்கன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. அப்படிங்கிறப்ப வந்து அவர் வேலை செய்கிறதுல பகுதி வந்து டாஸ்மாக் போயிடும். ஒரு நாள் வேலை செய்கிறாங்கன்னா பகுதி இங்கே வேலை செய்கிறவங்களுக்கு குறைஞ்சது 500-600 ஆம்பளைகள் சம்பளம் கொடுக்குறாங்கன்னா அவங்களுக்கு வந்து டாஸ்மாக் முடித்தது போக அவங்க செலவு போக மிச்சம் வீட்டுக்கு கொண்டு வரதே 300-400 கொண்டு வருவாங்க சார். குடும்பத்தில் வருமானத்துக்கு நாங்கள் வேலைக்கு போயே தான் ஆகணும். ஒரு சிலர் தான் 100 நாள் வேலை இந்த மாதிரி போவாங்க. ஆமாம், அதில் வந்து வார சம்பளம் நம்மளுக்கு கிடைக்காதுல்ல சார். இந்த இதில்னா நாங்கள் வாரம்னா ஒரு வாரத்துக்கு வந்து 2000-2500 எங்களுக்கு குடும்பத்துக்கு தேவை வருமானத்துக்கு சரியாக போகும். மற்றதுன்னா 100 நாள் வேலை இந்த மாதிரினா எங்களுக்கு சம்பளம் வந்து எப்போயோ தான் வரும், அது அக்கௌண்ட்டுக்கு வரும். அது வீட்டுக்கார்ட்ட அக்கௌண்ட் இருந்தோன்னா அவர் குடிச்சு முடிச்சிடுவார்.
அதனால் என்ன நம்ம இது வேலை பார்க்கறதுனால எங்களுக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக ஆகுது. ஆம்பளைங்க குடிச்சிட்டு அது அவங்க வாட்டில் செலவு பண்ணுறாங்க. இது நாங்கள் வேலை பார்த்தா எங்களுக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும்ல, அதனால் டாஸ்மார்க் பிரச்சனை வரும். அதை கம்மி பண்ணிட்டா நல்லாயிருக்கும் சார் எல்லாத்துக்கும். ஆமாம், ரொம்ப படிக்கிற பையங்களாம் அதில் இது பண்ணி கெட்டு போகிறாங்க. வேலை பார்க்குற ஆளுகளும் அதை குடிச்சு இது ஆகுது. அதனால் குடும்பத்தில் பிரச்சனை வரும்ல, அதனால் அதை கம்மி பண்ணிட்டா நல்லாயிருக்கும்.
காலேஜ் போகிற பையங்கள்லாம் குடிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிடுறாங்க சார். சின்ன பிள்ளைங்க லைஃபெல்லாம் பாலாகுது. அதனால கொஞ்சம் சரக்கெல்லாம் குடித்தா நல்லாயிருக்கும். குடும்பத்தில் உள்ள தலைவர்களும் பொறுப்பு இல்லாமல் குடிச்சிட்டு குடும்பத்தை கவனிக்க மாட்டேங்காங்க. அதனால் பொம்பளைகளாக வேலைக்கு வர சொன்னோம். அதனால் கொஞ்சம் மதுவெல்லாம் ஒழிச்சா பொம்பளைங்க கொஞ்சம் தன்னம்பிக்கையோடு செயல்படலாம். வேலைக்கு வரவங்களுக்கும் கொஞ்சம் பாதுகாப்பாக இருக்கும். அதனால் மதுவெல்லாம் ஒழிங்க. கொஞ்சம் வேலை இந்த பட்டாசு வேலையெல்லாம் பார்க்குறவங்க இந்த வேலையெல்லாம் ஸ்ட்ரைக் பண்ணால் நடத்தினா வேலையெல்லாம் போகுது. பிள்ளைகளுக்கு ஃபீஸ் எல்லாம் கட்ட கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது. அதனால் இந்த தொழிலெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா ஊக்குவிங்க மக்களுக்கு. அதான்
இந்த வருஷம் தான், அடுத்த வருஷம்லாம் இருக்கக்கூடாது. 2027 இந்த கடை இருக்கக்கூடாது சார். ரொம்ப அதில் உள்ள இந்த குடிச்சிட்டு அவங்க வாட்டில் கீழே விழுந்துருந்தாங்க. என் வீட்டுக்காரே கீழே விழுந்துருக்காரு அடிக்கடி. அதனால் இந்த கடையை குளிச்சிருங்க சார். ஒயின் ஷாப்ஸ் மது கடை. பரவாயில்ல, நான் முந்திக்கு இப்போ பரவாயில்ல, இருந்தாலும் இனிமே வேண்டாம். வேண்டாம், எங்களுக்கு வேண்டாம், வீட்டுக்காரங்களுக்கு. ஆமாங்க சார். என்ன மாதிரி பிரச்சனை? குடிச்சிட்டு ஒரே வீட்டில் ஒரு வழக்கு சண்டை தான் வருது, வேறு ஒன்றுமே கிடையாது. இந்த கடை இனிமேல் இருக்க வேண்டாம், எடுத்துருங்க ஒயின் ஷாப்பை.
These hands, actually, look at them, silver in color. They work and they provide to the family, and the only thing they ask for is to make sure that this firecracker industry continues, and to make sure that they simply say that either Tasmac must be completely closed or reduced, but we say it must be regulated just to make sure that they don't go through any more struggle. Let me just show you. These are the silver hands that give you a split second of happiness, but for that have to work for several days. With Irfan, Paramashivam and Devraj, Pramod Madhav for India Today. Well, for more stories from the state of Karnataka, let's go to Nagarjun Dwaraknath.
Clashes amidst the Shivaji Jayanti procession has rocked two South Indian states as well. Then tension erupted in Karnataka's Bagalkot district after an incident of stone pelting was reported during the procession of the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Another such instance was reported from Hyderabad's Amberpet area as well. Tensions flared in Bagalkot, Karnataka during a Shivaji Maharaj Jayanti procession after alleged stone pelting occurred near a mosque in the Kalligali area. Hindu organizations claimed that stone and slippers were hurled at them at the rally from within the religious structure as the procession passed by. The incident led to a confrontation between two groups promoting immediate police intervention to disperse the crowds and bring situation under control. A brief spell of tension was reported near the historic Amberpet Jama Masjid Mosque. According to police sources, a group participating in the procession linked to the Chhatrapati Shivaji Jayanti passed through the paths of Amberpet. As the procession moved near the mosque area, objections raised over the loud music and slogans amidst Ramzan prayers, which led to the clashes between two groups, resulting into tensions. Listen to the reactions on the story.
We identified the person who threw 2 stones. Okay. We had our own videos. We identified that particular person. There were only 2 stones. Okay. We have arrested him, and we have arrested a couple of people who were along with him. Basically.
So, and the procession of the Shivaji Jayanti, they had permission to enter this lane in the sense?
The procession route was pre-decided. Yes.
Okay. And secondly, sir, there are reports of some fire being put up on stalls.
No, not like that. Nothing like that. If you understand, there is small this kachara type of thing. This what do you call it? So fire was put by some miscreants. That is a different incident. That was dosed off. Single that pile of kachara, basically what you call it, leaves, dry leaves from vegetables, basically, on an open cart. We are also identified. We booked a case with respect to that also, but it is not related to this. That happened at 12:31 in the night. This happened at 10 o'clock. We are trying to identify who did it, basically.
So finally, any 144 has been put in place, sir?
Yeah, 144 has been implemented.
The Congress government should have taken, particularly the Home Department should have taken adequate measures. They should have sterilized that entire area. Sterilization should have happened, and preventive action should have been taken to ensure that this kind of, communal clash or stone pelting by one particular section of society Repeatedly, it's not happening. It's become a habitual offense.